Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an incredible day. To start things off, Chairman of the United States Federal Reserve, his name is Jerome Powell, said that the United States Federal Reserve is monitoring digital currencies carefully but is not working on its own at the moment. Speaking at the forum in Zurich, Switzerland on the 6th of September, Powell addressed the issues of cryptocurrencies, arguing that central banks would likely not release their own digital currencies in the near future. Powell added that cryptocurrencies raise a range of concerns, including cyber security issues. He said, and I do quote, "If you think about one currency that was for the United States, it would really need to be cyber secure because it's one thing to be able to counterfeit paper currency. It's another thing to hack into a cybersecurity currency and create with a computer however much of it you want," end quote. When asked about Facebook's forthcoming Libra stablecoin, Powell said that the project would need to comply with higher standards and regulatory and supervisory expectations, specifically due to the social media's company's large user base. Powell added that it is not clear how this would happen under the current regulatory system. There were a number of rumors the last couple of days floating around that larger government agencies were apparently starting to begin to create their own cryptocurrencies. And one of the main things that people were thinking was going to happen, or the speculation was, is that since China was creating their own coin and we saw the backlash, as it were, from Facebook trying to create their own coin, that therefore the United States would potentially also be in the market for trying to create their own cryptocurrency. Apparently, going by his words, he says this is not happening anytime soon. I am certain, or one could assume, that these conversations are definitely going on somewhere behind the scenes. However, I also do think that whenever the United States does have its own digital currency, I don't think much will have changed from the US dollar. It'll simply be digitized, kind of how it basically is right now, when you kind of swipe a card. Anyway, the point being, I think that it'll be a too little, too late kind of situation when they do finally launch this. Here's the actual tweet right here with him talking about the financial state of the world. Also, tying directly into this as well. According to a tweet from Bloomberg cybersecurity reporter William Thornton, the director of the NSA Cybersecurity Directorate, and Neuberger said that the 10th annual Billington Cybersecurity Summit in Washington, D.C., that her agency is developing a quantum-resistant crypto. So, of course, people started losing their minds when they thought that the NSA, the National Security Agency, was also creating their own cryptocurrency. However, for some reason, during a speech, someone announced that they were creating a quantum-resistant crypto. And what apparently they meant to say is that they're trying to create quantum-resistant cryptography. Right. I thought the exact same thing. Apparently, it was a slip-up, and they meant to say cryptography. I don't believe it that much. It's not even a tinfoil hat moment. It's probably safe to assume that government agencies, spy networks, whatever you want to call these things, are probably also have tested their own cryptocurrencies, or probably even working on them internally. We've seen other companies as well before announce that they had created cryptocurrencies that would just be within the company itself, or that they're trying to do something where they're pretty much testing it. Anyway, the point is, over the last day and some change, we had news that the Fed was going to create their own cryptocurrency. Apparently, they are not. We also had news that the NSA was going to create their own cryptocurrency, and apparently they're creating a crypto, but it's quantum-resistant cryptography. And here's the tweet right here where they clarify what they meant. Let's move on. Next up, SM Entertainment, one of Korea's top 3 pop talent agencies, planning to build its own blockchain network with a native cryptocurrency as it battles a shareholder revolt and a falling stock price. Ju Sang-sik, director of the company's technology arm, CTAI Labs, made the announcement at the Upbit Developer Conference in Incheon. I'll say Incheon, on the 4th of September, according to a report from local media outlet It Chosun. Ju said the company is aiming to develop a blockchain network that would allow fans to be more engaged with the entertainment ecosystem by investing in artists' work through cryptocurrencies. The director provided a few specifics about the technology, but said the firm aims to make use of the concept of both public and private blockchains and is currently talking to potential partners to build the network. Cool. Why not? This was news that was also all over the place. I myself am not into K-pop. However, I know that it is an enormously, gigantously large industry. What we have seen before, and I'll keep mentioning this again until we finally have purged ourselves from these coins, is that companies continue to make their own cryptocurrencies, continue making their own blockchains, and none of them ever really end up working. I don't know this company. I don't know exactly how they function, but we've seen before that whenever companies do this, for those of you who remember, what was it, blockchain iced tea? Companies usually tend to do this as a last-ditch effort to kind of gain some type of attention to them. Anyway, like I said, this was major news, I guess, because this is giant SM entertainment is probably a lot larger than I am realizing. But we will see as time goes on. Remember, we were talking about the other thing yesterday, how many companies and so keep making the same kind of cryptocurrency over and over, and then all of them fail. And the people were telling me in the comment section, no, these things definitely did not fail. They're like number 983 on CoinMarketCap. And I'm like I said, they failed. Anyway, kudos to them for trying to enter the space. I still think that eventually we're going to get to a point where companies just simply start accepting the normal cryptocurrencies that we have right now, because they're only doing this to try and make extra money on the side. Obviously, they're businesses, but they don't really get it. They never really seem to understand what it means to make these things popular, stick, if you kind of want to say that. Anyway, let's move on. There we go. Binance is, of course, once again in the news again. There we go. Binance says the launch of its US-based crypto exchange is on the horizon. In a new blog post, the company says Binance US will go live in the coming weeks. The exchange will have strict know your customer requirements for its users, they said, and I do quote, know your customer will be required for trading on Binance US. Setting up a new account will require a valid government ID, that is a driver's license or passport, and your social security number to register for access to the Binance US marketplace available in most US states. We are finalizing the list of states where we will start to roll out service to users, and we'll release this list before we begin onboarding customers, end quote. Binance says it plans to launch an iOS and an Android app for the exchange, but they won't be available on day one. To make its entrance into the US a reality, Binance has partnered with a firm called BAM Trading Services, which will operate the new US-based exchange. Backing it up a little tiny bit, it is now currently possible for people to not only acquire Bitcoin without a driver's license, but also to get hold of legally Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies without having to give your social security number. I think there's a limit when it comes to KYC and AML laws, but having to give the same exact information that you would have to give when opening a bank account, which I also think is a little too overstepping as well, when you're just trying to purchase cryptocurrencies, is a little out there. The point being, and I've had people tell me before, well, Coinbase does this, well, so-and-so does this. Yeah, but it's not. It's a very odd feeling when you have to give too much of yourself. Like, if governments around the world had created cryptocurrencies, I would get it. I would go, okay, that's fine. You know, they created it, it's theirs, but they didn't. They're just trying to make sure, and this is, I believe, they're trying to make sure that cryptocurrency exchanges become a household name, or crypto banks, whatever you kind of want to call them, as we know that many of them have banking charters or security licenses and all this other stuff now. They're trying to make it so that people only use these platforms as opposed to using Bitcoin ATMs, local Bitcoins, anything else that may be legal within your country. Don't use those services, but instead use these because they're flashy, they're special, they're very beautiful when you go onto them, and therefore give us all of your information, because one of the main problems that I have with this comes down to, and I mean actual security. If IF, gigantic IF written in the sky, if you have cryptocurrencies and are acquiring cryptocurrencies and are buying cryptocurrencies, or you bought them years ago, sign up to a platform, give them your passport, your so-and-so, your blood type, your social security number, your government ID, and then at some point, cryptocurrencies completely go insane. The prices of all these things skyrocket. On the website, it states, you are in possession of 1.5 Bitcoin on that platform, and all of a sudden that platform gets hacked. People know your name, your address, where you live, your passport number, where you've been, and your social security number. Kind of see where this is all going. So a lot of these, the point of cryptocurrencies was made so not to circumvent these things, but that so we wouldn't have to deal with these situations. Because I'm sure you've noticed before in the last couple of months, there have been a couple of, there've been a few in India, I think a couple in, I don't remember anymore. There was one in New York, I think sometime last year, where people are not even being mugged. They're being tied up by their friends for their cryptocurrency. Like their computers are being stolen, they're being bashed in the face. And that's what the current cryptocurrency price is. I don't feel safe giving my information to any company that can potentially be hacked and everyone pretty much knows my business. It's a little weird. I feel bad for Binance that this was the only way that they would have to or be able to launch within the US. I think they're still going to be successful regardless of all of this. However, just always keep in mind, while cryptocurrency exchanges are an option, just always remember that there are other options for you to use legally within your country so that you don't have to give away yourself completely. Because part of this is so that you can have a private life, so that you have your own money and you can do with your money as you so choose. Here's the actual blog post right here. It says what to expect from Binance US. I also forgot that they planned on, they said they planned on listing multiple coins. I don't think they even have it here anymore. Where is it? Where'd it go? I guess I lost it. Oh well. The point is, they plan on, I think, listing around 30 different coins or something like that. And a couple of them from the top 10 are missing. But I assume. Maybe it's here. Yep, found it. There we go. Anyway, here's the actual list. For those of you, I don't even feel like really reading out all these names. They have 30 assets that they say that they're thinking of adding to Binance US once it launches. Absent from the list and probably will not be launched or listed on their platform are SV, Monero, Tron, Leo, and Tezos. For whatever reason, who knows. They do have Bcash ABC, and they do have a couple of other coins. I'm going to say the first wave of listings will probably, logically, be Bitcoin, Ether, and Litecoin. I don't know if XRP is going to make it into the first round. The second round will probably be XRP Lumens. I want to say Neo. I'm surprised that Dash is also here as well. Obviously, Binance Coin is also going to be there, and maybe Ethereum Classic. Anyway, the point is, these are the coins that they say that they are thinking of listing on their platform. It's not weird that they're pulling a Coinbase. I think that in the US, you kind of have to pull a Coinbase where you say, like, maybe we'll do this, because I can only imagine what the actual regulations are like. To have to go through all these things as a company has to be terrible. Let's move on. Next up, Paxos is in the news. The stablecoin operator Paxos has launched Pax Gold, or PAXG, a gold-backed Ethereum token. Paxos announced the launch of the product above in the release on the 5th of September, claiming that it's the first crypto asset redeemable for physical gold, and I'll get right back to that in one moment. Furthermore, the New York State Department of Financial Services, or the NYDFS, put forward their approval of the issuance of an official statement defining it as the first gold-backed virtual currency in New York State. Per the report, each Pax Gold or PAXG token will be backed by one fine troy ounce of London good delivery gold stored in a professional vault facilities in London. Users owning the tokens in question reportedly own the gold it represents, but the token can be moved like any other ERC20 token, which is substantially simpler than shipping gold. Paxos charges fees on chain transactions involving the token, as well as PAXG creation and destruction. Pax CEO and co-founder Charles Casrella commented on the development by praising the advantages of tokenization. He said, in a digital and global financial system, owning physical gold is a cumbersome, outdated investment. It's not easy to trade, divide, move, or leverage against other investments, end quote. For those of you who were here yesterday, what were we just talking about? The people from Tether also just created their own gold cryptocurrency, and everyone keeps stating that they're the first, they're the best, theirs is going to be used, theirs is going to be amazing, theirs is going to be so and so and so. And for those of you also who remember what we were talking about, this has been happening since 2013, 2014. Multiple countries and companies have come forward talking about creating their own gold-backed digital crypto token asset that's going to be amazing, that's going to be so and so and so. It just comes down to greed. I have to be honest. We don't need these coins. We don't need these tokens. Gold can be stored in safes. And I understand the want or desire for a token that's digitally backed by gold or whatever you kind of say. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't need to be. If you want something that is digital as a store of value that can, transfer value around the world, just use Bitcoin. I don't know. I don't think any of these coins are actually going to make it. I think they will most certainly be used. I think a lot of them are going to be used, but a lot of them will fall out of favor because once we get into a point, I don't know if it's tomorrow, I don't know if it's next week, I don't even know if it's December or sometime next year when Bitcoin hits $50,000, people are going to start to shun older investments. No one's going to care, my opinion. I know people will disagree with me. I don't think personally that many people are going to care about gold as much anymore when they see that Bitcoin has gone from 3,200 to 100,000 over the course of a 12 to 18 month period. I think why gold has gone up, was it $200 or $300 in the same? Anyway, once again, it's very funny how news announcements work. We were just talking about Tether creating their own gold coin, and now Paxos has done the same. Surprise! Here's the actual announcement right here. Paxos launches Pax Gold, physical gold on the blockchain. Wonderful. To kind of finish things off, the Winklevi brothers-led Gemini crypto exchange has issued its new clearing and settlement product known as Gemini Clearing. Gemini announced a new clearing and settlement solution in a blog post on the 5th of September, explaining that Gemini Clearing allows traders to negotiate off-exchange or off-the-counter, over-the-counter crypto trades using Gemini accounts. Gemini Clearing is a fully digital platform providing regulated clearing and settlement services for prearranged off-exchange or OTC trades, which intends to reduce counterparty risk as well as ensure immediate settlements. The post clarifies that Gemini does not have an over-the-counter trading desk, and I assume this is why they themselves created something else new called Gemini Clearing, where they can do the OTC. According to the announcement, off-exchange or over-the-counter trades on Gemini Clearing platform can be carried out both between two parties or through third-party brokers. The platform ensures that no funds are transferred between Gemini accounts until both parties in the trade are fully funded, the exchange stated. Cool. They finally got there. Everyone else has been launching an over-the-counter trade desk. I assume, why would it take Gemini so long to do this? It seems fairly logical if the people from Coinbase made several billion last year from over-the-counter trades, that the Gemini twins would have done so quite a while ago. Anyway, this also leads us to that same exact situation once again, where another big exchange has launched over-the-counter trading, and we have no exact idea exactly how much money is being used, bought up cryptocurrencies. I always want to know what these numbers are because I'm pretty sure, I think the market would be shocked, I'll put it this way, if we had proper numbers of exactly how much cryptocurrencies have been bought over the last 14, 15 months through over-the-counter sales. We'd have great indications as to exactly how few of each individual crypto are actually out there floating around anymore. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Thought that was my, what is that? Whoa, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Not even sure how that happened with a closed window, but a bee just got in here. Alrighty, as always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Adam Graysick, Mohair Maroney, Master Ventures in Thailand, Brady Niels, Woody and Daisy, Triple M and J, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Crypto Joe, Bankroll Network, Adobo, Milweezy, JR, Mechanic, Strange Radio Central, Crypto Artist Cole D3D, Cryptopolis, Nicholas Run Earth, One Piece, One Love, Damien, Setsuna, Nick Kanaya, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Crypto Beer Shipmate, Paxos, Nick Mangialavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Garner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, and Miller Hitch Test Every Day. Kyle Skips Leg Day. Thank you all. Oh, and yes to crypto. Thank you all very much for your support. At the moment, the majority of the cryptocurrency prices, space, is in the red. Last night, I think Bitcoin was very close to hitting $11,000. I think I mentioned that as well. I think we were $10,968, somewhere floating around that number. For some reason, prices have fallen, as you can see right here. No real indication as to why right now the prices have fallen. The only thing I can think of is that, or rather, people think that we just were trying to hit 11K, didn't end up doing it, therefore prices have fallen. Tether's also going up, which means that the market is being sold off. We will see, I want to say by the end of the day, if we can kind of really bring it back or do something about it. But at the moment, the majority of the market is in the red, with a few coins, like always, shooting up in value. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening. Wherever you are, wherever you might be, I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See